Hi everyone, so today we have something a little different. This is my first non-Fairyland box opening. This is a MYOU Michelle, and as you can tell, this box opening is a little different because it's a story time one. So, as many of you know, I mainly collect Fairyland, and this is my first experience with a non-Fairyland doll. Right off the bat, it's torn. Not the best way to start, but it is what it is. So with Michelle, I ordered her on September 3rd. This is her COA and her paperwork. And I'll open this later and put it into my file of COAs. I ordered her from New Clover Singing, which is an MYOU dealer in China. And I know others have ordered theirs through Alice Collections. So I ordered her September 3rd, and today is January 12th. And I'm sure there have been other ones you've seen. There are 2 other box openings that I know of her full set on YouTube. Those orders were placed in October. Here are her adorable shoes, and we'll open this later. And I ordered her on release date, but I got her 2 months later than everyone else. These are the event hands, which I'll show later. They're the heart hands that go like this. These were from, I ordered her during the event. And I had sort of gotten a bit of a runaround with MYOU. So I'll tell you the story as I unpack her. I have actually unpacked her before to check, and I lost that footage, so you know, things happen. So I do know that MYOU has this bubble wrap, which I'm going to keep because I am a collector who likes to keep her dolls in their original boxes, and I also get the full set because of that. It's just the type of collector I am. Even when I used to collect things that were, I guess you would call them playline dolls, I would get 2 of each. 1 to have out of the box and 1 to keep in the box. But obviously those dolls were under $20, so it wasn't a big deal. So she comes in this lovely velvet case, so which says MYOU and then MYOU doll down here. I have undone all of the majority of her packaging. That footage was lost, but she comes very prettily. I got her in pink white. She comes with a little bralette. And she is very well strung and not creaky at all right out of the box. So let's undo her mask. I usually do the difficult parts off camera because I have some dexterity issues. But continuing with our story. So she came really late, and I had her on a layaway. A 3-month layaway because I knew that MYOU's turnaround time was 2 to 3 months. I thought that would be like a safe time, and if she arrived earlier, I would pay her off right away. As you saw with other doll collectors, she did arrive earlier. She arrived in 2 months after they ordered her. here's my Michelle 4 months later, which isn't a terrible time given how long I wait for Fairyland, but given that other people were getting her sooner, it definitely did not feel good. And I actually, so the full story is, when a dealer orders, they usually take a bulk order and then they submit all at once. And so usually dealer orders do tend to take longer than if you order direct. That's something I know, because I typically order directly from Fairyland while my friends will order from Denver Doll Emporium, and it does take them slightly longer to get their doll. She's so pretty though. Even I was a little apprehensive about her body type, but she is so gorgeous. And so speaking of going back to the dealers, they place bulk orders, and I know Denver Doll submits their orders weekly. I do not know how often Christina submits her orders. Let's see if she'll just stay. I don't want her to topple over and potentially fall. You can see her hip joint is a little loose, so she might need some sueding. So let's start with her outfit. I typically like to remove the heads to dress my dolls. This is a magnetic head cap. It says MYOU on the back. It was super easy to undo. I have a tool for this because I am weak. She has a gorgeous, gorgeous face. The face up is so pretty with those eyebrow strokes, and I really like their lash choice and those adorable little teeth. So, to get back to our story, because I am a clumsy person, dealers place their orders in bulk, and so when I contacted Christina, she said, full sets, they take longer than blank dolls. And if you are a part of the ball jointed doll collecting community, or even if you're just a general collector, you'll know this because obviously they require face-ups. Those add to their lead time. That's something known. It's not something I questioned. These are her little ears for her headpiece. They have a little gem. Just push that back. Her dress. And I'm assuming these will be her stockings. I can't really open them with gloves, but they told me full sets take longer, and Christina had gotten her blank dolls from that order already, but she had not received any of the full sets. And so I replied back, other people have gotten their full sets. Shoes. And I didn't want to say to Christina, other dealers have gotten their full sets, because that just sounds mean. But other people have gotten their full sets. There's a video on YouTube from Korea, and there's a video from the US. So it's not like a shipping issue, and I know it's not a dealer issue, because one of them had gotten it through another Chinese dealer. Here are her little stockings. So she goes and talks to MU, and then they reply again. And they say they apologize, but they have been really busy, so they probably can't get to my doll until the new year. The lunar new year, not the Gregorian calendar new year, the lunar new year. There's flowers in her soles. And I don't know what these imperfections are, but there are imperfections in her shoes. I'm wondering if it comes from stamping down the sole. It looks glued. And then last but not least, we have her wig. And so they say they can't get to it until the Lunar New Year, and if they still can't get to it, then they won't be able to get to it until after that, and it'll be March. And I guess I was quite upset at that point because MU's turnaround time is supposed to be 2 to 3 months. People who ordered their dolls in October have gotten them. Here's her wig. It doesn't have the best structure, but I'll brush it out. Please excuse my neighbors. And I said I want an explanation if my turnaround time is going to be triple, because to go from a 2 to 3 month to a 6 month wait is ridiculous. I ordered them in September, other people have gotten it, I want an explanation. And I understand if there are delays, or if like there was a shipment error, or if there was, a sewing error. It happened to Fairyland with the Sylvia release where they had an issue. There was a mistake made to the full sets, and so it pushed production back at least 6 weeks. But they made an official announcement, and it was handled pretty well. These are the heart hands, the event hands from September. So they have that little heart pose. And so I was getting fairly upset with no explanation, no real apology, just a runaround, and no official announcement or apology. So Christina goes back. It's like, at this point, our email chain is 20 emails long. And she tells me that what happened was so here we are. What happened was they started on some of her orders, but then stopped and did other people's orders first because her order was just too big. So let's take a pause from the story and look at all her stuff, and then we'll do the dress up. So at this time, MU had sent Christina her blank doll orders, so she had those. So I think Christina was unaware also that other people were getting their full sets. Her September order was just too large. So Christina pushed, and in the end, MU did relent and say that they would get my order done before the end of the year in December. So that was acceptable. There was gonna be no other better solution. And so Christina promised me that in the future she would pay better attention to MU given what happened. And all in all, it came to an okay conclusion. She received the doll, I think, September 31st, so they really meant before the end of the year. And Christina couldn't ship it until after the new year. And here we are. I think it took her, she shipped on the 5th or 6th, and so it took a little bit, about a week, to get to me. It did go priority. I know it went express mail. But here Michelle is. I am struggling to get things dressed without being able to remove the hands very well. I don't know how this works, and I don't want her arms to shoot through either. So that's my story with MU. I think it was quite unprofessional on their end to start her order and not just finish it. I've seen other companies take much longer, but they do send them in batches. I know it was frustrating for my friends who ordered from Denver Doll to get their dolls 2 months after I got mine, because while we placed our dolls on the same day, let's get this hand. I placed mine directly through Fairyland, and they went through Denver Doll Emporium. But the advantage of going through a dealer is you can do a layaway. So all in all, I have to thank Christina because she really stood up for me and found out what happened, and I'll definitely use her. I'll link her website in the comments, not the comments below, in the description below. But she really went to bat for me. She found out what happened because it wasn't quite fair. Okay, so let's see. I have to get this over her shoulders, and it needs to hit her bust so it can zip. This will be a struggle, and this is why I usually do not do voice. So let's go back to my old format and speed things up.